Today. So it's the last day for phase 3 digitization. Let's take a check on the status with G. Subramaniam, the CFO of Hathway Cables, who joins us now on the phone line. Mr. Subramaniam, good morning. If you can just give us an update on what has taken place so far, and since the phase 3 deadline ends today, do you expect it to actually go through?
We have been interacting with the ministry over the last few weeks, and very clearly the ministry has reiterated several times that the deadline goes through tonight. So we have no reason to, expect that there will be any further extension of the deadline. We have been planning to roll out the phase 3 from well ahead. We have not waited till the last date. As you know, Hathway had already in its existing territories, that is phase 3 territories, seeded upwards of 1.5 million boxes. Along with our JV partners, we would have seeded upwards of 3 million boxes as of date. We would continue to roll out boxes during the course of this week and the next week. Probably the rollout will continue till mid 2016 January, but not beyond that. We are well prepared. We have got all our orders in place. And we are fairly optimistic that, phase 3 would be a much better experience than phase 1 and phase 2.
Okay. Well, if the sun sets today and the ministry doesn't move the deadline, and it does indeed kick in, who is it advantage? Advantage MSOs or advantage DTH?
I would say advantage MSOs, speaking from an MSO point of view, because, we can, existing MSOs already have a very, very good reach into the phase 3 markets.
Okay.
Particularly with respect to Hathway, most of our phase 3 markets are contiguous to our phase 1 and phase 2 markets. So it is without very little incremental investment in the back-end infrastructure, we are able to deliver signals in the phase 3 territories. So we are particularly well placed. We do not have to set up new infrastructure, back-end infrastructure to serve these territories. And as I told you already, we are very well prepared. All our orders are in place. We are receiving shipments as we speak. And we are fairly optimistic.
So what is the proportion of your total customers in phase 3 cities? What's the proportion already, if you can tell us? And what is the incremental activation revenue we can expect?
Roughly about 20% of 20-25%. We were largely a phase 1, phase 2 company. Okay. So roughly about just under a third of our subscribers would probably be coming in from the phase 3 markets. And I'm being very careful about this because we do expect even our phase 3 markets to expand as we go along, because several of the other service providers may not have the wherewithal to roll out. We are far better placed to roll out today. And we expect to take advantage of that lead that we have. And let us see how it goes. We should be able to.
If that is true, then we should expect a better top-line growth than that in Q2. You did 4%. So should FY17 and even the second half of FY16 look better?
FY17 would clearly be where the numbers get delivered, because once the boxes get seeded in the marketplace, it takes about a quarter or two to effectively monetize those boxes. We have all along been maintaining that the full monetization of these boxes will happen by June or so. And we are very confident of that now, because we have had our learnings in phase 1 and phase 2, and that will help us execute much better in phase 3.
How many subscribers have you added in this quarter so far? And can you give us a guidance of what, or any ballpark indication of what FY16 will end like in terms of subscribers and ARPUs?
We expect to do upwards of 4.5 to 5 million subscribers. When I mention a range, it is mainly because we do expect to gain territory in the phase 3 markets. And we have already seeded upwards of 70% of this market. And we should complete the balance 30% in the course of the next few weeks.
What may the ARPUs be for the second half? I mean, when you add new customers, do they come down?
ARPUs will be modest when they start. These are markets which are, digitization. It's not just about putting the set-top box into the marketplace. It also involves, launching new plans which are appropriate to those territories. And we expect to get this all done by mid-2016 calendar. So we may start with ARPUs upwards of 50 rupees, but by the end of the financial year 2017, we should be able to be within reach of the 100 rupees net of share revenue share to the local cable operator.
All right, we'll leave it at that. Thank you, Mr. Subramaniam, for joining us, and have a great 2016 yourself.
Thank you very much.
All right, so that's the third phase of digitization that will kick in today. Important for the cable and the DTH players. All right, now let's zoom out and look